call for code contributions from the community. If there's anything that you would like to submit, please do submit a code proposal. We do have a project proposals repo in the OpenWallet Foundation organization that has basically the steps that you would need to take to submit those proposals. We will obviously review proposals as they come in. I do know that there is one that did come in this past Friday that was called the Farmworker Wallet OS. So I know, Jorge, you had submitted this. Again, I haven't had time to review it, and I'm not sure if others have. But if you did want to give us just a quick intro so that as we're reading through this proposal, we'll have a good kind of background as to what this project is, and we will bring this up to the next TAC meeting. So in 2 weeks, we'll talk through this particular proposal in detail and see what comes out of the comments. But if Jorge, you do want to give us a short intro, this would be great.
Yes, sure. Good day, everyone. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Hey. So our project, I'm here joined actually by a couple of members from Entidad. We're a social impact startup focused on building digital trust ecosystems for underserved communities. Over the last 3 years, we've been hyper focused on the farm worker use case here in the United States. Farm workers here in the US, just a brief summary of their essential backbone of our supply chain, of our food supply chain, and yet they're excluded from major labor laws. And since the pandemic and prior to the pandemic, they've just been vulnerable to economic downturn, not having a reliable source of income to feed their families and whatnot. And the primary challenge we're trying to solve is helping the organizations that serve this community to scale their impact by helping them transform from what is traditionally a brick and mortar model, right? You come into the office or call the office and we'll schedule you in, to a remote first, offline first paradigm. And one of the key enablers, there's two key enablers to our approach, because there's the community is quite large, and so we believe that open source software, adopting open source software, is going to help not only Entidad, but any organization, any software developer that truly wants to help these underserved communities bring an impact. And secondly, we're adopting low-code technology to build apps at enterprise scale, enterprise grade, privacy first, security first functionality, and that really enables our time to market. So the platform of choice for us is Mendix. Many folks haven't heard of Mendix, but it's actually quite a popular low-code platform. It's one of the leaders in the space, and there's a link there on the project proposal so people can read up more on that. But that's at a high level what we're trying to do. Our first iteration of the wallet, which is what we're hoping to be able to contribute, is a fully functional, interoperable implementation on top of Aries JavaScript framework, or Aries JS for. So it's a Mendix integration of an Aries agent that can run as a native app. It's React Native, installs on both iPhone and Android, and we hope to be able to build on top of this over the next few months. That's a really high level. We could go on and on, but hopefully that gives a good context for what we're doing.
Yeah, great. Thank you for that kind of high level introduction. So I think, as I mentioned, we'll definitely take a look at reviewing this at the next TAC meeting to see, what sort of comments we've gotten in on the pull request. So I guess this is just a call to the TAC members to go ahead and take a look at the pull request that's in our project proposals and have a look at the information that was provided. If you have any questions, please do ask those in the pull request so that we can get those answered and we know kind of the direction that we'll be taking as we look at this at the next TAC meeting. But any questions at the moment that anybody has? If not, we will move on in the agenda. All right, so Jorge, we'll definitely be taking a look at this. Please do expect some feedback on the pull request as we come in. Thank you, David, for the slides. I will make sure to include those in the notes. So
I do have one more additional comment to make regarding our proposal. You'll find that there's a unique element to our proposal, and that's the type of open source license that we're hoping to be able to adopt. It's called the Hippocratic license, and there's a link to it. And there's a significant human rights, worker rights emphasis on the work that we do and the stakeholders that we're working with. And we're curious what the rest of the community thinks about this, and open a feedback and dialogue on the merits of this license.
All right, thanks. I did see that link in the pull request. So we'll definitely have a look at that. We may need to talk to folks at the Linux Foundation just to better understand what that particular license is all about. So, but I appreciate that you included a link there in the proposal for us to have a read through of what that is. Looks like, from what I could see in the proposal, based on Apache 2, but with some additional sort of pieces for the ethics aspect of things. All right, any other questions that anybody has about how to do code contributions and what the process is? Anything that we can answer at this point? No? Okay. So then the last item on our agenda today is just open discussion and next steps. So our next TAC meeting will be in 2 weeks on July 12th. And then, yeah, I guess at this point, we'll just open it up to see if there's anything else that anybody would like to bring up. Okay, do I see no hands? Nobody coming off mute. So with that, we will close out today's meeting. Thank you all for attending. Thank you, David. I know he's dropped, but thank you, David, anyway, for the presentation on personal data stores. We will be seeing you again in a couple weeks, and definitely be looking for comments on the pull request as we go through.
Thank you, everyone.
All right,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Bye now.
Thanks, bye.